Hello, everyone. Anastasia is here. How's everyone going? It's a bit of a cooler night in Melbourne, so I think it's going to be raining outside, but we, as people in Melbourne, we pretty much used to it. So today it's a very quick session. I want to talk about my latest article, pretty much 5 top tips how to break it down within the day, how to be more organized, and how to make more things done within the day. So I think it's a very important subject, and again, I'm going to talk about my personal experience, and I'm also going to talk about some research based on the research, because all my articles that I do on www.ubizblog.com, they're pretty much based on the research and based on my personal experience. As you know, Australian Business Blog is all about Australian businesses, and I'm writing about Australia, Australian culture, Australian lifestyle, and I'm also integrating Australian businesses who wants to get their name out there. So let's gonna start. So how we break it down, how we actually have more time within the day, and how we sort of make more things done. So the secret for me is personally, I have 3 major tasks within the day that I have to do. So 3 major tasks. So every single day we have a lot of different things we need to do. Yeah, I'm not even taking into equation washing the dishes or putting things away or, going to the grocery shop and stuff like that, but it's still a task, right? I'm talking even about your business goals, about work, about making a call to someone and stuff like that. So what you have to do, you have to grab your diary. So this diary is your calendar, is in your mobile phone or in your tablet or in your computer, or you've got just actually physical diary, and you're creating 3 tasks a day that you want to accomplish. So they could be professional or they could be personal goals. For example, you've got 3 top goals. Like, for instance, you need to call to a friend you haven't spoken for 2 months. Second goal, for example, you need to shop online because you need to buy some particular thing you must buy, otherwise it's going to be out of stock. And the third thing, for example, you need to call a particular business partner, or you need to discuss, you have a meeting with a particular business partner, so you need to prepare for that. So say you've got 3 major goals. So straight away, out of all the pools of different goals, you've got all of a sudden only 3, and it's easy for you to break it down. So because you're not going to get yourself with overwhelming too much information, you're focusing on the top 3, and you want to make sure these 3 goals are done within the day. So basically everything that you've got in between, like for instance, you've got your first 2 goals like in the morning, in the afternoon, everything that you've got in between, you do in between. It's so-called in-betweeners. Yeah, for example, you quickly wash the dishes, you quickly, check the schoolwork of your kids. You give a call to your colleague, you give a call to your business partner, to your mom. For example, you quickly draft a particular blog for the next article and stuff like that. So you do little things in between of the 3 major goals that you have. So your 3 major goals, they're based on objectives in your life at the stage. It could be a big objective, it could be small objective, but you've got your 3 objectives per day. Because in the end of the day, when you go to sleep, you actually accomplish something. You feel that those 3 goals that you wanted to do today, tick, 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 done. Everything that has been done in between, it's a bigger winner for you. So keep your diary, keep 3 major goals that you need to do within the day. If it's a study, for example, you study in university or college, and say you've got assignment today that's due, maybe focus on that assignment and create like a little other goals in between that you need to do, but take 3 goals a day. When I used to be in my university times, so the second suggestion is, my mom, she told me once. And I actually remember that since then. When you're doing something, anything, you need to focus on that. So you need to focus on presence rather than future or thinking about something else. And it kind of stick to my brain, because before I used to do one task. I was, for example, in a meeting, or I was doing some study or whatever, and I was doing something else. And then I was trying to think about something else. And I was trying to, move or whatever. So when you have a meeting, or when you have a training, or when you have a situation, be in that situation. Because if you're not in that situation, your brain is all over the place. So you're thinking about different stuff that's going on or didn't actually happen yet, or maybe never happened, but you're already thinking about it. Stop thinking and focus on that particular task or goal, which is now. So now you've got something going on. Even, for example, when you watch TV, which is more like a luxurious thing, or you're watching a TV program, or I don't know, you interacting with your child, or the child is saying something to you. You need to focus on that at the time. So, because if I've made those mistakes when, for instance, my child is saying something to me and I'm not there, I'm like, what? I'm like knocking, but actually I'm not there. My brain is all over the place. I'm thinking about something else. And at this moment, the child is actually looking at you and saying, Mommy, you're not listening to me. You're not here. So the same situation is related to your meeting, or to your work, or online classes, or when you're with your teacher, or when you're with anyone on the phone, or when you're doing whatever you do. You need to be in that moment. You need to be present. So put your brain into that presence and cut everything off. Once that's done, move to the next one. Some of the tasks, they might include several activities, and that's okay. It's called multitasking, but you need to focus on one major task that is important right now. Okay, so this is something I learned. You need to be in that moment. Otherwise, like 2 or 3 hours later, you don't feel you actually completed anything. Why? Because you were not there. So be there, be in that moment. What I also learned, that actually social interaction is much more important than, for example, sitting with your phone on social media. Because, for example, if you interacting with someone face to face, or talking to someone, the conversation is actually much more better. You're feeling more complete rather than staring into your mobile phone. So remember that communication is the key. You need to communicate with your friends. You need to communicate with human being, not with your phone. Okay, so this is a very important thing. The third kind of suggestion I want to make. We're all using Instagram, and Instagram is a great tool because there's a lot of posting going on. And somebody said to me that you need to post you have to do 2-3 posts a day to get your Instagram active, to bring it more vibe and stuff like that. And I was, how are you going to put 3 posts a day, stories, into Instagram? That's just like too much, right? So what you should actually do, you should schedule your Instagram posts. So there's a special program that you can tackle, and you can use this program. There's a free programs you can utilize, and you can schedule your posts, like say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, break 3 posts per day. Or if you do 1 post a day, if that's enough for you, that's completely fine, and you can do some stories in between. So it saves you time, it saves your energy. So you say, for example, you've done everything in one bulk, and you don't have to get back to your Instagram again. So it's nice and easy way to manage your time. So the programs for Instagram, you probably know that, but I'll just remind it to you. So the program is Tailwind, Hootsuite, Combine Scheduler, and SEMrush. So the program actually I used was Tailwind. It's a free program, so you just can sign in with your Google account and you can schedule your posts. So say, for example, you want to schedule 2-3 days ahead of you. Voila, you sit down, you spend some time on your social media, and then you don't touch it. So those posts, they will be posted automatically. So that's fantastic. So you don't have to worry about it. So you can focus on something else. So remember Instagram Scheduler. Number 4, somebody said that if you want to do something, do it yourself, right? So that's amazing. But how are you going to do everything by yourself? This is impossible, right? You've got only 24 hours a day. So how are you going to do everything by yourself? You're going to be absolutely weary and exhausted. So the 4th suggestion is learn how to delegate your tasks, how to delegate duties, how to allocate certain things that other people can do for you. So you can also motivate them to do those things, like even if you're married or you've got a partner, your boyfriend, you can ask them to do grocery shopping, or if you're missing something in the fridge or you need to grab something, give them a call, say, hey, can you on the way grab this and that? It's like a little sort of a domestic delegation if we talk about sort of personal time. If you're at work, obviously you can always delegate tasks. Obviously, managers, business owners, you've got your whole teams under you. Just remember that within your team, you've got people who's got different skills and they've got different passion and they've got different dreams. Yes, so you as a manager, as a business owner, you're gonna remember and you're gonna cherish that. You're gonna actually help them to achieve those dreams and goals. You need to motivate them and you need to provide them with some tasks and duties that are beneficial for them and for you. So that's the best way to save yourself some time. And you also got to trust them, because if you're always controlling everything, if you overprotected, over-controlled, over-organized, it's not going to be good for anyone. So you need to trust your buddies, your members, your team members, your business partners, and you need to delegate the tasks. So, for example, if you need a brief, ask your team member to do a brief for you. If you need to make a particular call and that person actually can make that call, ask that person to make that call, and stuff like that. So learn how to delegate. It's a very important quality, especially for the manager and for the business owner, because a good manager is not about doing everything by yourself and thinking that you know it all, rather helping others to achieve their goals. This is, for me and for any business owner, what the leaders mean. The leadership is not about managing the tasks. The leadership is about managing the people and ability to influence them. So number 5, utilize a Bluetooth in your car. So make sure it's safe, because when you're driving, some people spending a lot of time in the traffic, and I've heard that some people can spend an hour and a half in the traffic on the way home or on the way to work. So what you have to do, in your phone, you can install the app. So basically, it's a CRM app where you can keep all your data, all your contacts. And basically, as we talked about tasks that you need to do, if that task hasn't been done, say within the day, or you want to accomplish it in the morning, you want to slot it in within that time frame, you can use your Bluetooth on the way to work. or while you're standing in the traffic, or you can park the car if it's too many cars, whatever suits. Use your Bluetooth and you can make the calls as well. So you can make the calls on the way home, on the way back home. You can call to your child, and if you're running late and they're sitting down at the dinner table, you can say, "Hi, everyone, I'm on my way home. Like I'm 15 minutes away." Show you. Sometimes it's even on the camera. You can install your phone into the car, and basically in the way that your camera is shown, you're driving, you're on Bluetooth, and say, "I'm on the way home." So this is the way when you can sort of do a couple of things, slot it in while you're stuck in the traffic. So that's like a little thing that you might utilize. And remember your goals. Like, for example, if you've got these 3 tasks and you feel like it's the right time, I can make this call, do this call, and use the Bluetooth, make sure you're driving safe. And the last kind of sort of idea I have is pretty much it's a very simple and ordinary probably advice, and this is something that I want to advise to myself as well. And we all kind of programmed to use the technology. We obviously in lockdown times and stuff like that, but I would suggest you to watch less TV if it's possible, to watch less TV, to look less into your phone, because we became like zombies. We pretty much programmed now to just click and push those buttons. While we're doing that, we're wasting our time. And quite often you're looking at the watch and you're saying, it's already 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. What have I done? And you're kind of realizing that all this time, all you've been doing, you've been just clicking, pushing your button, and you haven't achieved anything. So try to get rid of your phone. Sometimes some activities, they actually include using the phone, and that's fine. But once you've done that, put the phone away. What I created as a plan of using social media, and this is something I'm learning, in the evening when I need to do some social media, and as you know, guys, I'm talking to you now, for example, 6:20, it's a dinner time, I allocate the time for it. Yeah, so for example, you've got your social media interaction, you've got your blog sharing in the evening, or you've got something else, some sort of activity. You've got that as a planning. Do it, and then shut everything down. Don't try to continue pushing those buttons and clicking on them for no reason. So you've done your task, you've done everything you need to do, and now it's time to turn the computer off. Because once you're starting, sometimes, once you've done your tasks, your attention just spreads on different other things that not really meaningful. They have no any meaning they're not adding anything to your day. So make sure you allocate the time. Say, I've got an hour for social media. This is what I've got. Set up the timer on your phone. I've got an hour, so I'm doing this. In an hour, I'm going to read the books for my child, or I'm just going to read the magazine. I'm going to call to my mom, or I'm going to do something else. So this is how you do it. You don't sit in front of the computer or holding your phone once you've done your tasks. You've done it. Whoever wants to reply, you allocate the time for tomorrow, or maybe you do the break for 2 hours and then you quickly check on the responses. If it's a social media, if it's a blog post and stuff like that. So allocate the time, switch it off and move to the next task. Okay, so don't just scroll it down for no reason. All right, so wrap up. So basically, focus on now, focus on present. When you do the task, focus on what's going on now, concentrate on that. Don't try to think about different stuff at the same time. Focus on one, focus on presence. Pencil in daily 3 major tasks and stick to them. Schedule posts on Instagram. Utilize the free Instagram scheduler programs like Tailwind, for example. Delegate your tasks to other people. Don't do everything by yourself because you're going to be just very, very tired. Utilize Bluetooth in the car when you're driving, and if it's a long drive, just do some calls, but use the Bluetooth and be very, very safe on the road. And also utilize less phone within your day and watch less TV, especially if it's just TV is just on and you're just watching and it's just there for no reason. Okay, so make sure when you watch TV, you wanna watch it, not just putting the TV for the sake of it. Okay, so for the sound. So thank you so much. I hope that you will get some advices on board. And this article was posted in www.ubizblog.com. So the link to this article for wrap up is in the description of this post. Please visit my website, leave your comments if you like this session. And next week, we are having a fantastic chat with someone. I'm not going to be alone. It's going to be someone in the space. We're going to talk about reading, writers. We're going to talk about opportunities for a lot of writers in Australia to join a group and the club. So it's very exciting. I don't want to spill. It's a little spoiler. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.